Hello and welcome, folks. Wizuko here. I know this has been done a lot already, but I still felt like I wanted to give it my shot as well. Besides, recently I started streaming some Animal Crossing over at Twitch, and I loved it a lot, especially because I got a lot of praise for my pretty mediocre island. It's nothing too special, but I think I did a good job on it. I was happy with it anyway. A lot. Well, actually, one person, but apparently that's all I need to enable me, asked me if I had any tips on how to design their island and how to get started in Animal Crossing. And so I thought about it and I actually came up with a few tips I didn't hear too many people talk about. So if you were wondering how to design, improve your island, or start in general, here are my tips for you. I hope you enjoy. Number 1. Investments pay off. When you start the game anew, you'll have to get by with fishing and catching bugs for a while to get some money. However, after you upgraded the Nook's Cranny, every Sunday, Daisy May will visit you to grant you an exclusive opportunity. From 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., she will sell turnips to you. Investing in turnips is worth it. I mean, yeah, it's a gamble, and sometimes it's more worth it than other times, but one thing is sure. You can buy them at around 100 bells from Daisy May every Sunday, and you can sell them for up to 600 bells. Or at least that's the highest I've ever got. So you see, you can make quite the fortune. I recommend to buy some every Sunday, at least a fair few, until you get all the bells you need to pay off your house. They can bother you sometimes, because you can't put them into your storage, so you have to put them on the ground somewhere, which a lot of people took for an opportunity to develop this issue into a design idea, like these super creative people here. But you can also just put them on your beaches or wherever you have some spare space. That might drag down your island's rating. So if you're currently trying to get a 5-star island, I'd recommend to take a break from investing. But until then, get yourself some. The turnip prices the Nooks would pay you change 2 times a day. So you'll want to check the morning prices until 12 p.m. and the afternoon prices after 12 p.m. The Turnip Profit is an amazing app and website where you can fill in all prices for your turnips over the course of a week. And it will tell you what your chances are and possible developments of the market. So while investing, this shall be your trusty companion. You will find a link to the website in the description down below. Beware though that turnips can turn bad. If you don't manage to sell them until Saturday, they'll be rotten on Sunday, which in the summer can attract some ants or flies, but that aside has no use to you. Also, while you have turnips on your island, you may not want to time travel. While time traveling into the future is pretty much fine, as soon as you turn the clock backwards, your turnips rot away. So keep that always in mind. If you remember the warnings, you can easily double your money in 1 week though, since you can buy as many turnips as you want and can sell them at a pretty high price. Number 2. Color is everything. Well, it's at least a lot. Okay, so you know you can customize furniture, right? Like change colors and everything. The tip is very short, so listen. Try to customize everything. It's so random what you can or can't customize. It's hard to tell just by looking at it, and some items might seem like nothing special to you, but in a different color maybe? The thing is, you'll never really know what exactly you will be customizing. Sometimes it's just color, but sometimes you can change its appearance completely. I've been playing with Animal Crossing friends that played the game for months, and just now realized that you could actually customize those manholes. So please, take this advice and try everything. It might not always work, but you'll learn, young apprentice. Number 3. Building friendships. Building friendships with your villagers is very important, and with a new update, it'll be even more important, since they'll now be able to invite you over or come and visit you. However, one very hardworking fella also needs a friend, and that better be you. Every now and then your island is visited by Mabel, an adorable little female version of Sonic that is not going fast but instead selling clothes. And whenever she visits, make sure to give her a good reason to stay. How? Buy as much as you can. As soon as you spend 5,000 bells at her little improvised shop, she'll set up a real one. And not only that, she'll bring her hard-working sister with her, Sable. Make sure to talk to Sable every day. At first, that can be a little draining, since she's not exactly easy to get to know. Mabel is definitely the one with the social skills in the family. However, Sable will open up more and more, until eventually she has some gifts for you. After day 6, she'll have 11 different design palettes for you. Each design palette includes 20 patterns, with which you can further customize your furniture, and when the new update drops, you can also use them for clothes, hats, etc. So if that's not a worthwhile friendship, I don't know what is. Number 4. About your diet. Maybe it happened by accident. Maybe you actually read what Tom Nook told you, or maybe it was just logic to you. But what you eat gives you strength. A fruit, a turnip, or candy, doesn't matter. They all charge up your power level. As soon as you ate anything, you can see the power you have in that corner here. You can use that power to pick up trees or destroy stones. The trees will now be in your inventory, and you can plant full-grown trees wherever you want, if there is enough space, that is. The stones are not that easy. After they are destroyed, you'll get one more stone as a resource, and the next day, the stone will magically reappear somewhere around your island. You can limit the spawn options for the stones by putting down as many items as possible and only leave out the spaces where you actually do want the stone to spawn, or you can just take random chances. But what if you ate something by accident and didn't really want that power? Fear not, as you are not forced to hold on to that responsibility that this power brings. You can just, well, poop it out. Yeah, if you're in the possession of a toilet, you can just sit down, relax, and poop. Gone is the power, but don't forget to wash your hands afterwards. Number 5. Make it pop. I know that the balloons floating over your island can be a little annoying, since they're not always as rewarding.
This is worthless.
Still, I would highly recommend to pop each and every one of them until you have all DIYs, because some exclusive DIYs can only be found in these balloons, and you can never know what's in them. Just hope it isn't some clumps of clay or falls into the water, and just find out what's inside these little mystery boxes. Number 6. Collector's Madness. As a collector myself, I feel like I need to address it. Amiibo cards. People are crazy over them. But what exactly are they for? Well, the collector aspect aside, not much really. If you have the amiibo card of your desired villager, you can invite him over and make him a resident just by inviting him over 3 days in a row. He can replace any other villager you don't want on your island anymore. And don't worry, this is not a democracy. If you want that villager gone and get your new one, that's what's gonna happen. Also, if you have the special Sanrio amiibo cards, you can scan those in at the ABD to get the exclusive Sanrio furniture, which you'll be able to order right after you scanned them. And I personally like the furniture a lot, especially the wallpapers are adorable, pretty cool to me. Then you can also use the amiibo cards to invite guests over at the Roost, once the newest update is out of course, and you'll be able to invite the villager over in the Happy Home DLC to create him, her, or them a new vacation home. And lastly, when you are over at Halves Island and create your own photo shoot, you can invite the villagers you have their amiibo cards of over for the shoot, and then you'll be able to buy a poster of that villager at the ABD. So yeah, get in with the madness. Number 7. Random fun facts. Okay, before we get into the more advanced tips I have prepared for you, I will now present to you a random selection of fun facts. You can scare wasps that follow you off with a party popper. You can catch them with your net or flee by entering a building. If you're hunted by them and talk to a villager, a unique dialogue appears addressing the threat. You can open and close curtains in your house. It took me months to find that out, and no, I'm not kidding. I just never thought of it. In your museum are special spots that will give you a better overview of the exhibition if you just stand there for a while. You can put and place fish and bugs as well. Many of them will be displayed in tanks. However, some are inanimate objects that look creepily realistic. Also, some tanks are stackable. You can dance while swimming in the water. You can craft alongside villagers, which, by the way, give you a DIY if you talk to them while they're crafting. You have the chance to get 2 DIYs per day that way. Stumps are a very important habitat for some bugs you'll only find there. Okay, with that random information out of the way, we can go into the more advanced stuff. Number 8, get inspired. So, let's come to the part where we actually talk about designing your island. I felt that it would really help to get inspired for my island by looking through Pinterest, and I would highly recommend doing that too. Of course, that could also put a lot of pressure on you, so please keep in mind that this is not a competition. Your island doesn't need to be designed like these islands are. Don't pressure yourself to keep up with everyone. Chill and do you. But if you do find something that really speaks to you, there's nothing wrong with copying what you see. After all, that's all the more flattery to the OG. And you might learn a trick or two by doing it. When looking through pictures, there are some buzzwords I'd highly encourage you to try. Fairycore for everyone that loves cute and pink island ideas. Forestcore, or sometimes called naturecore, for those that want their islands to look wild, yet a little bit more tamed. Cottagecore for those that like the vintage, cozy feeling about island life, and Dreamcore for those that like their islands to be a little bit more dreamy. But also, spooky or scary buzzwords can lead to great inspirations, such as creepycore or gothcore. With Animal Crossing, you'll never know where the next big inspiration idea hides. Number 9. Make a loose plan. I am the kind of person that makes a plan just so I can improvise at the end anyway. But I think that works pretty good with Animal Crossing. I think at the start it helps to make a plan in your head, on paper, or however, to collect your ideas and to figure out what you want to do with your island. Because one thing you gotta face, you won't have room for everything, but you do have a lot of room for things. So try to decide what you want and what maybe would be better to leave out. Make a loose plan though. Don't plan every detail. This, for example, is how my first plan looked like. I structured my plan of my island to make sure I know where I want what and what kind of styles I want, but I left enough room to explore, change, and test things out as I went on. For me, that worked pretty good, especially when I had no clue how to continue one end of my island. I could just go somewhere else and do something there until I'd figure out what I could do. So take that advice. Plan, but don't plan too much. Number 10. Things are not set in stone. I heard quite often that people seem to be afraid to make mistakes on their islands. But honestly, there's no way. There are no mistakes in Animal Crossing. Just happy accidents. It's your island. Never forget that. And while it's nice to get inspired by what other people do or did, try not to compare yourself. Just do you and whatever you like. And for you to find out what your island needs, it's important to try around and change things. Test things out. Some items might seem useless and ugly at first, but then all over the sudden it's just the thing that you needed in this particular corner. So even if it might get pricey sometimes because you have to rearrange stuff, just try to do what you like and have fun experimenting around. Even if that means to demolish something or rebuild an area, it's not a race. You don't have to be done anytime. You can just continue, and eventually you might get a finished version of your island. Everything in nature is ever changing. Why shouldn't your island be? And those were my tips for all you beginners out there that just so happened to start the game, or to those that wanted to get new inspiration for their new island layouts. I hope I could help you a little and that you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or feel like I left something important out, feel free to tell me in the comments down below. I will be back next Wednesday with a gaming related video. I also stream over at Twitch every Friday, Saturday, and the occasional Sunday. So if you want to come by, I would love to have you. I also host a Discord if you want to join the group. So until I see you again, have it good. Bye!